fellow YouTubers, this is Yuto Moses here for my DVD review for Heat. Based on the short film by the same title, of which Michael Mann directed both of them, Heat revolves around two men that are on opposite sides of the law. One of them is Vincent Hanna, played by Al Pacino, who's a lieutenant for the police force, who's trying to take down a thief named Neil McCauley, played by Robert De Niro, who leads his band of thieves on a bunch of robberies. But the movie really gets closer into the background to the two characters like you wouldn't believe, and really focuses on the people around them, also giving them a lot more about background than you would believe. Now, when it comes to crime sagas, Michael Mann is always the right director, because all the dialogue he writes is never dull, the actor collaboration is always electrifying, and the action in this is very memorable. And seeing the two actors finally on screen together in a movie is the greatest thing that would happen for anyone that wants to watch this. And this isn't just a movie where you would have two actors in one film like in The Godfather Part 2. And seeing the two actors act out the characters in this makes them look like the most tragic kind of people that you would ever root for on screen. These are people that have a lot in common with each other, of which they're devoted to the work and ambition more than anything else, and fate is what drives them to be enemies in real life. And Robert De Niro and Al Pacino really hits that in Heat. And this is one of the few roles that I really like Val Kilmer in, whereas he normally plays the hero or gets typecast in a different role. You also have actors like Jon Voight, Danny Trejo, Ashley Judd, Natalie Portman, William Fichtner, Tom Sizemore, and Ted Levine from Silence of the Lambs, and a couple others I may be leaving out. The shootout in this is really amazing because it looks like something that can happen for real. And the soundtrack consisted of gunshots and people screaming at that time, and it really immerses you into the scene as if you're really there. Michael Mann also writes the script to this, and I really like how he does his characters because Al Pacino and Robert De Niro plays the coolest characters I've ever seen them in a movie. Well, except for Al Pacino for Scarface.
Say hello to my little friend!
Mann likes to portray his criminals to be really smart by how they plan out a robbery and how they destroy evidence from the scene of the crime, and McCauley is considered to be a proficient man that does his research, and to think Mann was inspired to do this movie when he saw a portrait painting of a man standing on a roof in complete loneliness. I really can't complain about the movie's runtime, and by the way, it's almost 3 hours. But then I would be attacking every other aspect about what made this movie phenomenal, because the character development with De Niro and Pacino's character were really great, very lossless, and there were no scenes wasted in this at all, and pretty much explained everything in what's going on. If you're a fan of the TV show CSI or like the two actors very much in any movie, then Heat is indeed recommendable by me. Most definitely. Out of 5, I give this 4.5 stars out of 5. And I know with all my praise that I've said, it should have been a 5 out of 5, but there was nothing wrong with it. But if they could have added a couple more scenes to it that made it better, then it would have been. Now, on to the special features. This is the 2-disc special edition, so let's see what's on this. We have commentary by writer-director Michael Mann, 3 theatrical trailers, and on disc 2 we have 11 additional scenes, 5 new making-of documentaries, Pacino and De Niro, The Conversation, and return to the scene of the crime where they revisit LA, where they filmed the movie after 10 years. So that's all for my review. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back later. Until then, this is Utah Moses, signing out.